the Civic is the car that made Honda in America. It wasn't just the fact the Civic was a perky, reliable, well-equipped, front-drive hatchback that made contemporary early 70s subcompacts from Detroit look like cynically engineered junk. No, it was the fact Honda's innovative Cvcc engine under the hood was the first to meet the 1975 US emissions standard without the need for a fuel-sucking, power-sapping catalytic converter. Honda gave American Civics the best powertrain it had at the time, and it subsequently reaped the benefits. A lot has changed in the half-century since the Civic made its debut on the world stage, and the Civic, now in its 11th generation, has changed with it. Like the 1975 Civic Cvcc, the 2023 sport touring hatchback has a 1.5-liter four-banger under the hood. This one's turbocharged, however, and makes 3.4 times the power and 2.6 times the torque of that Cvcc engine, with its 53 horsepower and 68 lb-ft. So, despite being 20% longer and wider and 76% heavier, the sport touring hatchback takes less than half the time, 7.7 seconds versus 15.6 seconds, to sprint to 60 miles per hour. The Civic Cvcc made headlines in 1975 with its EPA ratings of 28 miles per gallon city and 42 miles per gallon highway. The sport touring hatchback's 31 miles per gallon city and 39 miles per gallon highway numbers suggest Honda doesn't today pay quite as much attention to fuel efficiency as it used to, but maybe that's because we're looking at the wrong Civic. We should probably be turning our gaze instead to the new Civic E, HEV hatchback, which is now on sale in Europe and is serving as a not-so-veiled preview of what to expect from the coming 2024 Honda Civic Hybrid. Honda has confirmed that a hybrid Civic is coming to the US, most likely as a 2024 model year vehicle to replace the discontinued and unlimited Insight sedan. Its motivation should be similar in scope to the European spec Civic E, HEV, which utilizes a 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle internal combustion engine under the hood with 140 horsepower and 137 lb-ft, working with two e-motors to produce a total system output of 181 horsepower and 232 lb-ft. Power for the motors is supplied via a compact 80-pound, 1 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion 72-cell battery pack. It's all linked together by software controlling a trick, dual-mode transmission that allows the powertrain to automatically switch between pure EV to series hybrid to conventional gas-powered drive modes depending on load. So clever, this complex powertrain didn't particularly enthrall us when we tested a version of it in the 2023 CR-V hybrid. It didn't deliver the performance or efficiency we expected, especially when compared with Toyota's RAV4 hybrid, which is a half-second quicker to 60 miles per hour than the Honda and betters its EPA fuel economy numbers across the board. The good news is, on first acquaintance Honda's hybrid hardware seems a much better fit in the new Civic, and that's partly because of its overall quality and refinement. But it's also because the Civic E, HEV hatchback is, depending on spec, anywhere from 525 to 560 pounds lighter than the porky 3,904-pound CR-V hybrid. Simply put, the hybrid powertrain doesn't have to work as hard in the Civic as it does in the CR-V, though surprisingly, there's not a huge difference in terms of performance over the CR-V hybrid. Honda quotes a 0 to 62 miles per hour acceleration time of between 7.8 seconds and 8.1 seconds for the Civic E, HEV hatch depending on equipment levels, which is right around the SUV's numbers. The US launch of the Civic Hybrid is still months away, so there are as yet no EPA fuel consumption numbers available. But on Europe's WLTP combined test cycle, the Civic E, HEV hatch is rated at 50 miles per gallon, and road testers running long-term cars in the UK have reported between 38 miles per gallon and 48 miles per gallon in real-world running conditions. For context, the CR-V hybrid's official EPA city/highway/combined fuel economy numbers are 40/34/38 mpg. The Honda hybrid system's operational parameters, the internal combustion engine (ICE), directly drives the front wheels only at high speeds, means the powertrain delivers its best efficiency in lower-speed urban environments and stop-start traffic. It's the inverse of a traditional IC setup, but entirely logical for a car designed to spend most of its working life in cities and suburbs. The Civic E, HEV therefore mostly drives like an EV, whether it's running on pure battery power or using the internal combustion engine as a generator to keep electrons flowing to the e-motors. That means surfing instant on torque away from the lights, especially in sport mode. Other drive modes are eco, normal, and individual, and effortlessly quiet and smooth progress through the traffic. You're never aware of all the shenanigans going on under the hood as the various powertrain components interact with each other. You're only truly aware of the IC kicking to life when the car is stationary and the engine is cold. As with an EV, initial braking is via Reagan regardless of the drive mode selected, and the handover between regenerative and mechanical braking is seamless. Wind and tire noise levels are low. It might be aiming to be worthy, this hybrid Civic, but it's not dull to drive. The steering is meaty and concise, helped by stiffer steering mounts, and the suspension is tight but not harsh, the ride caramel coated by impressively comfortable seats. If you're on a fun back road, what Honda calls a winding road detection system automatically selects the most appropriate drive mode to improve responsiveness and reduce unnecessary and frequent mode switching. In this scenario, stronger liftoff Reagan is also deployed to increase feedback. Our experience with the Civic HEV hatch suggests that, apart from the Pocket Rocket Type R and the delightfully engaging Civic Hatchback Sport touring with the 6-speed manual transmission, Honda's hybrid is the best powertrain for the 11th generation Civic. It's not just the efficiency. It's that it makes what is already a mature and sophisticated compact family car feel even more grown-up. There's just one small problem. The HEV's US market avatar, the Civic Hybrid, will likely go on sale in the wheel tracks of another hybrid that offers more performance and better efficiency, all wrapped up in stunning sheet metal that looks to have leapt straight from a designer's sketch pad. Can the forthcoming Civic Hybrid hope to compete with Toyota's jaw-dropping new Prius? Stay tuned.